Wait for it. Castle Doctrine. Yes, this wonderful indie game developed by Jason Rower, who also made such other indie games as I don't know, and I'm making this up as I go along. Yes, Jason Rower. This is an interesting game. So, we have our vault of worldly possessions, and we have our wonderful wife, Donna, our wonderful son, George, and our wonderful daughter, Ashley. Yes. So our family. Let's look at some of these auctions. These nice things. Oh, there's a picture. Couldn't buy a picture. Awesome. So we have a nice picture in our home. Yeah. And now we're gonna go out and we're gonna see what other people have. Alright, let's see. Well, these are some nice houses here. Oh. Matthew John Salters. Let's visit his house. It looks like nobody's home. Oh, there's Andre. Amanda. Somebody broke in here. What is this? There's nobody home. He doesn't even have any paintings. Oh, there's his worldly possessions. I didn't really let this place go. He must not be home. Well, his kids were there. There's a puppy behind that door. Must not be home. That's okay. Oh my god! Donna! Donna! She's been killed! And what's worse is we're out of money. Kids. I'm just gonna get rid of that there. You didn't see anything, kids. Well, I don't think I can live with myself anymore. I don't think I can go on. So Donna in my life. No, kids, go away. Go away. I don't want you to see this. I'm sorry. You've died. And we're back! Loretta! Wonderful wife Loretta. Joshua. Emily. Yes. We're here with a new family. And I hope that gives you a taste of what Castle Doctrine has in store. It's actually much, much more in depth than that, but basically it's people clubbing your wife and stealing your stuff. But, let's just go through a brief little tutorial here. You have power sources. You have wires which conduct electricity. And you have things that interact based on electricity. Simple. There's a few examples here. Let's get a wire grate up there. Get a powered door. And let's get a voltage triggered switch. And let's just go through an example of how things in this game work out. Alright, so power comes from this power source and flows through wires into this electric grate. If you touch the grate, you die. It flows through this wire down here into this powered door. Well, the door is powered, it's on. And this is a switch. While it's receiving power from the top, it will pass power from left to right or right to left. Simple. And you can see this grate is on, obviously. And we're going to kill ourselves. Alright, simple. That's how power works. Now, we want to protect our valuables because people are evil and mean and want to steal our stuff. So, a very, very simple way of doing something like that would be power. Oh, look, they can't cross my grand plan, but they can just walk around and steal our stuff. So, of course, that's not exactly the best way to do it, but we could also try and block ourselves off, but oh, look, our family needs a path to exit. So suddenly the game becomes much more difficult. You have to protect your family and your belongings while leaving a path for the robber to get through. Obviously, we could just do this. Oh look, our family's safe and they can't get to our valuables. Except, it has you proof your house every time. If you can't get into your vault without using tools, you can't do that house. Now, of course, other people also have tools to allow them to get in. What tools do we have? We have a gun. A Crowbar. I'm going to grab a crowbar too. I like crowbars. Bricks, explosives, all that nonsense. Water. Just things that do stuff that eventually will be explained. But not right now. Let's get another drugged meat. We need to drug the other people's wives. This is a quest about vengeance. They took my last life. My last wife. So I reincarnated and now I'm going to on a bloody streak of murder. Yes, quite. But, so, how are we going to defend our vault while keeping our family safe? Well, I think the best answer is we're not. Family, stand by the door. If somebody wants to hurt you, let's just hope they leave Chelsea. I never really liked you, Ricky. You were always kind of a disappointment. Maybe if you had gotten better grades. But no. Unfortunately, you did not. And now you're the disgrace of the family. And Cynthia, our marriage has been loveless for the past 5 years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. So, why don't we set up something very, very simple? Alright. We have chihuahuas. Chihuahuas run towards you. When they get onto you, they snap onto your ankles. They're really useless. But chihuahuas have an interesting thing where they'll activate pressure pads. Pressure pad. That's not the pressure pad thing. Pressure pad. Pressure. Alright, like this one right here. So we're going to slap this down here. Make sure we have some kind of power flowing through here. This actually won't work. There we go. Get a chihuahua going here. And finally, a power plant. So what is this going to do? Very simply, when I walk here, the chihuahua, you can kind of see him up there, will press down on this switch and light up the floor. The chihuahua is what triggers this particular trap. Alright, well, now we want to make it so that the only way to get across this trap is to, I'll switch out the trap with a, always with a starting on switch. So now we see the chihuahua up there, and if we walk onto this graded floor, the chihuahua will, of course, turn it off for us. But people may not know that. So we're going to set up another kind of trap. It's very simple as well. We're going to have a button over here, like so. It's going to be the same thing. So you walk in, you see the floor is lit. You go, oh, or ignore this dog. But they don't know about this. We're assuming that they're blind right now, okay? So they go, do, I don't know. Wait a minute, there's a path down here. There's a button. So they step on the button, come back, and oh my gosh, the grate's off. If the grate's off, I can walk across it. Bam, bam, chihuahua triggers grate, they're dead. Oops. So that's the trap, but we obviously need to build this a bit smarter. So how are we going to build this smarter? How are we going to do this? Well, first of all, we're going to integrate something called moving things slightly farther away. Yes, a foreign concept to most, I'm sure. But, so let's get our grate set up. Sherry, what a nice name. Christopher and Victoria. Victoria's a really cool name. I like Victoria. Now we're going to move our chihuahua farm back a little bit. And that's so that they don't see our chihuahua farm. Alright. Put our powered switch there. Put our on switch there. Stop the chihuahua from running off somewhere. Chihuahua go! Chihuahua successfully deployed. So easy enough. Now, we're going to rebuild that little trap thing we had earlier. But why don't we include something a little bit different this time around? Now, when we do this, it's obvious that this is going to be some kind of trap, right? So you walk in, you're not going to protect a house with a single button. Of course, that's just dumb. We want people to fall for our traps. Having a trap that deters people is nice, but if they walk into your house and die, you get all of their stuff. So we want them to walk in, think they can solve the trap and then die while trying to solve it. So, we can have a little switch here. And then let's put a pit bull behind this door. So the idea is they come in, they look, oh, grate's lit. Let's go down here. You see a switch. Oh, there's a pit bull behind this door. I bet this person expected me to die to this pit bull. But I know better. I'm going to go to this switch here. Bam. The grates are off. Da-da-da-da-da, dead. Simple idea. Now, a pit bull acts a lot like a chihuahua in that it will run towards you. The difference is instead of biting onto your ankle, you die. A terrible, terrible death. So, we're going to do this. Now, I'm using metal walls. They conduct electricity, just like wired walls. The same thing. The difference is I want to be very inconspicuous about my wiring up here. I don't want them to know that I have wiring up here. It should be a secret. So we're going to make them think that there's power running through here, when in fact, there's not. Being oh so sneaky. And let's hide the vault over here. If you put the vault here, they might look at it, go, there's the vault. This is obviously a trap, something's up. We want to make them think that this is the first trap in our house. Because we want them to think it's a very simple trap. We want them to think our goal is to kill them with a chihuahua. Or with the pit bull. It's all about being sneaky. So, obviously, we now know exactly how this trap works. This switch is a dummy. It's to trick people. This switch is lined up with the chihuahua, so them pressing this switch will turn on and off this grate. But so will walking on this grate. So, let's load up on tools. And wow, we had another one of these. Some pills. Some water. And a thing of explosives. Excellent. Our house is complete. We've proven our house is safe. And now we can go out into the wide world and look at other people's houses. Well, you certainly look successful. Now, this is a very interesting house. And it's set up in much the same way as our house. Now, you can go to the right, in which case this chihuahua down here will step on this switch and maybe electrocute us. Or, we can go up, this chihuahua will step on this switch and also maybe electrocute us. Or we can go down, this chihuahua will step on this switch and also maybe electrocute us. We're not sure. Realistically, back here, behind this wall, there's probably a chihuahua racing towards us that will turn off power to these switches for 1 or 2 turns. Which means I just have to dance around here until the right time. At which point, I'm able to cross this. No sooner, no later. But, yeah, see there the chihuahuas are piling up, so that is in fact how it was done. And of course I misstepped and killed myself. Yay, death! I like death. So, Kevin Michael Snyder, I want your stuff. So, how are we going to do this? Do we burgle him? By continuously throwing ourselves at his ingenious chihuahua trap? Or do we not burgle him? That is the question. I think he has a lot of nice paintings. And I enjoy them. But I think that it is something else. I think that is something for another time. We are not being inherently boring. I should mention that I do plan on uploading these to YouTube at some point in time, which means we're going to be taking a break every 30 minutes or so, just to avoid horrendous render times or YouTube glitches while uploading or what have you. Just to keep things a little consistent. Just so that that is out there. So we're 15 minutes in. Also gives me a chance to get some coffee. Oh, coffee, my sweet love affair for you. I would date coffee if I could. Coffee is much better than this Donna fellow. Nobody likes Donna. Unless you're a Doctor Who fan. In which case you probably love Donna. After all, she was the best character. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but she was the best character. Let's be honest. We need our Chihuahua. Chihuahua. I've got the Chihuahua. And then finally, we need another set of walls. Now, you know what? No. Let's build a different trap this time. Why would we rebuild our original trap? That's boring. Alright. Now here's an interesting trap. This trap doesn't actually do anything. Its goal is to simply dissuade people from doing anything in our house. You can make an easier version of this. They're probably going to kill our wife, Catherine, Chad, and Lindsay. Lindsay is also a really good name. So, we just want people to know that we do in fact have defenses, and that attempting them will probably result in their death, regardless of how true that may or may not be. Alright, so we're gonna push this wall out here. Doesn't really matter how we set this up. Don't suppose. Then we're just gonna put some fake things here. Maybe a puppy and maybe a puppy. And that's the trap. This trap doesn't actually do anything. You'll notice there's no power source, but the hope is that somebody will come in here, maybe see a Chihuahua off in the distance, see all the wires in the walls, and go, "This is dangerous. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to leave." That is the eventual goal of this particular setup. So we're going to fill up our backpack and hope that nobody attempts to rob our safe while we are out. It's all about the mind games. People can't know what we're doing if we don't know what we're doing. Easy. Alright, let's see what people are doing. You seem awfully successful. There are pit bulls here. How do we proceed? Alright, somebody has obviously built a very interesting house. Now, we have some tools here. We can, say, smash through this window if we wanted. Just to see what's up. There are some scary pit bull things here. I'm not really sure what this house is oh, it's a combination lock. Alright, I'll go over building a combination lock later. They're very, very simple, but the problem is it's incredibly hard to crack them. And obviously this is going to be 9 thick walls. This is going to be the exit. Or I suppose it might not be the exit to this. Let's go ahead and crowbar in here, and there are dogs. Okay, let's not crowbar into that. Let's choose a decidedly safer method of... Oh god, run! Oh god, run! Alright. Alright, we're basically completely boned right now. Let's club you. Alright. There's no way out. If only I had another explosive. Well, let's throw, put him to sleep and wake him up and I'm just gonna hang myself. Success! We have successfully done absolutely nothing. That house was interesting, to say the least. So, what are we doing? We need another floor design. Is it time for actual puzzles yet? No, I think it's time for combination locks. Okay. Alright, combination locks are pretty simple. Alright, so we're gonna have this here. And let's use powered doors this time. Combination locks are very boring, but they are also very safe. Typically, you are only in danger of people tunneling through your walls, and people only have 9 or 8 tools, so building your walls 9 thick will protect your stuff. But I believe in fairness. So, we are going to do something called making a fair combination lock. Windows. Alright, so we have perma buttons, which always stay down, sticky pressure switches. Alright, the goal here is to press these switches in a way that causes power to be cut from this door. Let's put power here. So we want power to each of these switches. And then finally we want power to this door somehow. Now, getting power to this door will be easy. So, when power goes to this switch, it will break power. So we don't want to step on this switch. Stepping on this switch will completely ruin this puzzle. And then the other two, we're going to do this. We're just going to run a wire to this door. So you can see the bar in the middle right here is down, or is in the middle, so it's passing power. You can see it's up in this one, so it's not passing power. Actually, this is wrong. We need to use a pit. Bam. So when power is passing through here, this pit will be available for us to walk across. So let's go ahead and give a quick example. Yes, yes, get going, Carol. I have no need for you. So we can see this pit isn't powered. If we walk across it now, we will die. But if we make sure that all three of these have a bar in the middle, so there's a bar in the middle there, bar in the middle there, we see it becomes accessible again. But if at any point this one is pressed down, it permanently breaks the circuit. So again, it's inaccessible. We can't get across. Easy. So we'll just leave off on another adventure. We'll load up our backpack with tools. And actually, why don't we take a gun? That one is pretty cheap to make there in that room. Alright, so we already know what we're doing. We already know how our little system goes. Bink. Bink. All the bars are in the middle. Therefore, we just go here. Alright. Let's find a house to rob. Ronald John Thomas. This is another one of those invisible maze switches. I'm not interested in doing those. They are impossible. I didn't know I spoke French either. Probably because I don't. Alright, we're in somebody else's house. They've set up a system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we enter here, we will be trapped. This is probably a dummy switch right here. But why not, right? See? Trapped. Alright, so there's power here and power here. Let's just dog. Success! I have successfully invaded another person's house and left a blood stain on his floor. Yes, quite. Now, there are a few problems with this game, as you can tell. The screen can be a little awkward sometimes. But that's okay. I like where the game's going, and hopefully it will get to a better point at some point in time, I guess. What do we have for auctions? Yes. I like where this is going. Yes. I think it is time to build the impossible maze. I think it is time to serious mode this game. I do believe so. Alright, so we're going to take our vault. We're going to move it all the way up here. And let's put it in the top corner. So, people only have 9 tools available to them. What does that mean? or 8 tools available to them. What does that mean? That means that if we want to make a maze where you are forced to solve it, rather than brute forcing your way through it, we need to have walls 9 layers thick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. Let's do that. And then we can have the descending pyramid like so. Alright, so obviously they can still just ladder over this trapdoor, but eventually this trapdoor layer will be 9 thick. So you won't be able to do that. Eventually. That is not now. So, trapdoors are interesting. They require power 24/7. So, we're going to surround this in metal, just because this lets us branch off so many different ways, as opposed to the previous 4 that we were limited to. We essentially double the amount of energy that we have. So if we're going to make a system that only uses 1 power source, you're going to want to like circle it in metal, or maybe like do a little branchy loo here or something, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking. I'm probably just talking. But anyways, I'm going to circle in metal, because I like these doors. And it's harder to see where the power source is if you're doing it that way too. So, we're going to have 2 systems. We're going to have our power source run along, down here, all the way down here. Come on. And finally, it's going to end here. That makes sense, right? Now there's power always going to that trap door. But what if we went ahead and put a switch here and a switch here? Now, in order to activate these, you have to step on both of these, right? And then power will complete the circuit and go through. But what if we were a bit sneakier than that? What if we did this? Oh crap. I'm out of money. We'll have to simplify the system. Simplify. Easy. So, now how does the system work, right? Let's first start by replacing this. Okay, so goodbye. System works now like so. This is down, so it is passing power. Let's turn the music off. It's passing power, which means this is live. If we step on this switch, it will light up this grate and effectively trap us in here. So what we want to do is we want to turn this switch off, right? And now we can safely go back and hit these other 2 switches. Now this circuit is complete, but neither of them are live. So we want to go back, turn power back on, and now we can see the grates that are lit up, and that would have also been lit up when we stepped on these. Technically, you can step on this switch as long as this switch hasn't been stepped on already. I plan on fixing that at some point. I plan on forcing that to be in order, but we don't have the money to do that. So now that our circuit is live, we can go da-da-da-da-da all the way home and claim our reward. Awesome. So let's go find somebody else's house to rob. Norman Joseph Gonzalez. Was I here already? This seems awfully familiar. Oh, poor Benjamin. He's been clubbed. Ah, it's such a shame. Alright, I don't feel like trapping myself here. We're making the super maze. Alright? We gotta be safe. Joanne. Joan. We're gonna have to move you someplace safe, because these people in this neighborhood seem to think that it's okay to club innocent wives. It's just not cool. Alright, so we're done here. So because we made a change to the house, we have to again prove that our house is still fair. Easy enough to do. Yes, run along, Joan. Run along. Easy. We've been through this all before. We know how this works. We made the house. No fool would die in their own house. I certainly haven't done that at least 15 times so far. At least. Matthew John Salters. What does your house provide us? Huh, this was the guy that we were in earlier, right? Yeah, with all his valuables back here. Oh, there's a pit. We missed that the last time around. Alright, so we've stolen his valuables and gained an explosives in the meantime. So we're going to add the explosives to our inventory. And then we're going to go back to work on our house a bit. Alright, so how do we set this up down here? So that this is live, as long as this isn't. Well, pretty easy, as it turns out. All we do is we run a steel wall over here. And we run, where are we? This. So if power is going to this, then power will not be going this way. So where are we? And of course the opposite is true. If power is not going to this, then this will also not be like that as well. So we're going to implement just a little testing mechanism here so we don't accidentally kill ourselves. Where's our wire bridge? Wire bridge. Save money. Use one of these. Another wire bridge. Oh no. We may have made our system a bit too wide. May have made it a bit too wide. Which is really quite unfortunate. So I don't want to have to redo this. How can I make this work without ruining everything? Really can't. We kind of have to ruin everything. Oh well. I am a professional at ruining everything. This is to be expected. So this is just going to be not working for a while. We've pretty much just ruined our trap. So let's get rid of that and let's just. We don't really care about people that are coming to our home. It's going to be ruined for a little bit. Absolutely decimated. Alright. Ooh. Alright. So this is a nice house. Hello, Luke. Yes, Luke. Little scamp. Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany, you're going to go places. Yes. Yes, you are. And Sandra. Sandra. It really does pay me to do this, little Luke, but I'm afraid you're going to have to die. Yeah. Because I don't want you to see the next thing that's coming. Oh, Sandra, Sandra. My finger slipped. I accidentally killed you. Yeah, see, you had money. I had to kill you, and we couldn't let poor Luke live. I mean, you know, he might grow up to become a robber and steal my stuff. I mean, I don't know who would have taught him to do that, but the world is full of some pretty bad role models. You know, maybe he would have seen one of them and taken after them. I don't know where he'd get that idea, but I'm just putting it out there. It's a valid thing that can happen, so I just had to hit him with a crowbar. I'm sorry, okay? I was looking out for the good of all of us here. And, Tiffany, it's your lucky day. I'm out of crowbars. I am out of crowbars. Or believe me, you would have also have been hit over the head. Let's stock up on more crowbars. Let's get 3 this time. So we come across another Tiffany. We can deal with her. We don't need any more burglars in this world. There are a lot of crazy role models out there. Alright. Where are we metal grading? Where are we metal grading? We want wiring. I actually don't like this entire segment. I think it's ugly. I want to replace with something that looks good. Alright, so this should work, but what we've done is we've given ourselves a bit of movement around here. We've allowed ourselves space if we screw up. So, let's start here. Oh look, this is live. This will kill us if we touch it. Will this kill us if we touch it? No. We can touch this whenever we want. Okay, fair enough. So we're going to go up here. We're going to touch this. Alright. Will this kill us if we touch it? No. Okay, good. No. Okay, something's wrong here. It appears I may have screwed up slightly. Oh, I know what I screwed up. Okay, that makes sense. I was actually just stupid. Okay, it makes complete sense. Bam. Now this system is totally screwed up. I just realized that. Completely, totally ruined. I'll have to scrap the whole thing. Now, you, the viewer, who are probably much smarter than me at this point, or at least considering yourself so, and probably rightfully so, will notice exactly what I did wrong. Where are we? Bam. Bam. Now this should work. Alright, let's test this. Now that we've redone it in the correct fashion. No? I can still hit this whenever? Wiring is hard. Okay, so, while power is passing through here, power cannot pass through here. But power should be able to pass through here. Which means this should be live. Unless... Oh, power is passing through here. I'm so dumb. No, it's working as intended. Just like every Blizzard game at all points in time. Bam. Now, because that is powered. What the f... What the... I'm so confused. What did I do wrong? Idea. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this works. I actually have no idea anymore. I'm completely, totally baffled. Circuitry is apparently not my thing. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. What happens when we turn this off? Are we able to press this? Okay. Fair enough. Understandable. Understandable. I can get that. Okay. Okay. I think I get it. I think I understand this abomination that I've made. I don't care. I don't care, we're done. No matter how this turns out, we're done. Absolutely, completely finished. Whatever it is I've done, it's over. We're going to fill this in, and we're never going to talk about this ever again. Fill this in so people can't tunnel through it. And now, We're going through the age-old practice of completely screwing with people. It is by far the best age-old practice to do. Alright. No. Yes. So we're going to make these some narrow corridors. Just to keep people guessing, you know? I want this to be like this. And then we should connect it like so. But I would like to have some dead ends. Dead end there. Move these two back here. We just need to invite people into our little love shack. Our little location for people like us. That first switch is murder. The switch is not until that second switch is powered. Bam. 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 And we're in the clear. Excellent. We have figured out how our own house works. Because until we are sure of that, we can be sure of nothing. I've been in Richard Gregory's place. All it does is lock me out. That's not cool. Not cool at all. He has dogs in there. Dogs scare me. Oh, Bonnie. Yeah. Went out clubbing late last night. Yes, quite. No, I can get out of here. I'm not too worried about... Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, it's broken. Okay. Whoever clubbed Bonnie must have ran out. Okay, there's a dog up here. There's not a dog up here. There's a dog up here. How is there not a dog up here? No, Tiffany, you've been clubbed. Oh, okay, this is an incomplete house. I think. The escape route for the wife, yes, quite. I still feel this okay, so there's a pressure toggle switch here. At some point, it's very, very likely that this will kill me if I step on it. This seems like a house that is designed around the same principle as our previous house. The one that we're making, actually. So somewhere in here there's going to be a power switch. Okay, so we need to see where all the wires lead to prevent ourselves from dying. I'm going to smash this window, though. Just so we can kind of get in here and see this whole circuit system. Alright. So, I can't find the power switch, though. So, we're going to assume that there's power running through all of these. It seems like a safe guess. We have enough water to avoid killing ourselves on a 2 switch thing, but not enough to avoid killing ourselves on a 1. And we also have to assume that we can't break any of the circuits anyways, or we're going to screw ourselves and make the house unsolvable. Okay, there's going to be a dog in here at some point, but this door is broken and this dog is shot. So we don't really need to worry about this at all. So... Oh, come on. Really? The gears are turning, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I need to figure out how this house is laid out and how everything is done, and how this is all going to turn out. And it turns out somebody just brute forced the system. Like, I'm so disappointed right now. Like, this is already finished. I'm so sad. Whatever. I have money. I have items. I have power. Alright, let's see how our wonderful, wonderful house is faring. Because I want to drop another pit door in here. Bam. Easy. We'll have to solve this again. Screw you. Wow, we are 15 minutes over. I guess I'll just delay the next break to the next hour, or the next 15 minutes, or whatever. Let's make a little maze for Joan of Arc. Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose they do like being able to move, don't they? Guess that is a thing. The idea here is pretty simple. I want my lovely wife to not get murdered. So I'm making her walk through a maze. It's an amazing concept. Sure, that's fine. My goal is to draw them into the maze before they see where my wife is. There's my wife. She's being rather ditzy, as she is ought to be. System's now live. I can now get out. Awesome. We're hoping to make it big here. We're hoping to strike gold. Who haven't we gone into? James Leroy Lyra. Oh, it's an electric floor maze. Yes, quite. Quite indeed. Stephen Colby Hunt, William James Boyle. His name makes my blood boil. Oh, Rose. Megan. Oh, God, dogs. Go to sleep right there. There's another dog back there. Oh, man, what is it with all of these dogs? Bam, bam, bam. Double bam. Dog's dead. Alright, I've just got to make sure that their vault are no more dogs. Which there weren't. There was a vault, and it was tasty. Alright, let's install another trapdoor after picking up more tools. This would be better if I hadn't been really, really ditzy about the way I set this house up. Alright, well, let's fill in some of the walls while we're here. Since we're already spending money. Yeah, that'll do it. Joanne's just gonna be like, I'm here, Mr. Robber Person. I'm gonna run along this wall now. You can come kill me if you want. I'm the smartest individual ever. Joanne, I didn't marry you for your looks. As a matter of fact, I seem to recall not having any say in it at all. It was an arranged marriage. I don't quite take kindly to those. Kevin Michael Snyder. I don't think I've seen your house. Or maybe I have. And we're gone. We need some of these high rollers. Christopher Clyde Nelson. Yeah. I can dig you, Christopher. This is pretty convoluted. I'll give him that. I think this is one of those houses that has so many dedication traps that it's not even worth it for me to attempt. So I'm just gonna leave. I've been in this house before. It is as convoluted as it can get. see, that was Clyde Nelson. We've been in Kevin Snyder's, I seem to recall. Toby Roman Silas. Yeah, there are dogs there. When your wife dies, your house state gets saved in whatever condition it is in. Sometimes that means your house is unsalvageable, as it turns out. So some houses are actually not possible to break into. William Richard Grady. What does your house look like? Huh. This is cheaper. Well, that's an interesting concept. It seems that the correct thing to do was to begin the house and run all the way to the right. But if this were my house, I'd have a combination lock at the end. And combination locks are almost impossible to brute force. Because, well, my 3-digit combination lock that I made earlier was really easy to brute force. But this one is going to be really, really hard. Because he can have more than 3. He can have, like, I suppose 18 if he tries really, really hard. I'm not sure how big the floor is, but... So, what that does is that effectively traps you in here. Which I'm not interested in. I'm interested in trapping myself. Alrighty. Richard Gregory Lavery. What does your house look like? Oh, we've been in this one too. Same house, different time. Samuel Jared Jackson. Oh my god. Lori's been shot and Scott's been clubbed. And poor Emily is left alone to fend for herself. And not anymore. Well, I'm not a terrible person. You're a terrible person for thinking that this is wrong. Okay? I just clubbed a little girl. What have you done with your life? But you haven't clubbed a little girl. You haven't lived until you've clubbed at least 14 little girls. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put another trapdoor down there. Fill in the rest of this wall here. Bam, 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 bam. And I do another quick test run. Make it so the wife doesn't run all the way alongside here, just presenting her sweet, tasty money to the robber. Because I know that's the only reason I kill wives. Also, I'd probably kill them anyways, because it's kind of funny. I'm sure you all agree. It is as amusing as it gets. Brian Stanley Wheeler. Why have there only been 4 deaths in your house? Is it an invisible maze? It's an invisible maze trap. Yep. And we are gone. Gone forever. Yes. Jackpot. Steven, you're gonna grow up to be a murderer. Monica, you're gonna... Dear Dad. Hannah, you're also going to grow up to be a murderer. I just spared this man's entire family from their own eventual fates of being murderers. And I got 2K for it. I'm a good person. See, how bad would it have been if they had grown up to be murderers? They probably wouldn't have been able to live with themselves. They probably would have killed themselves anyways. I just spared them, like, years of internal anguish and torment. That's how nice of a person I am. Don't you dare tell me otherwise. I'm the nicest person that could ever exist, ever. Alright, my loving wife shall probably run along that path. And we have enough money to finish our trapdoors. Bam, 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 bam. Perfect. And now we get to do the infamous pit bull traps. What's better than a house full of doors? A house full of doors where there are pit bulls behind all of them. Hopefully some poor innocent sod will run into those and kill themselves. And I will laugh. And it will be funny. Alright. Put a puppy here. We need more doors. Everyone loves doors. Door, door, door. Door, door. Door. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking door. 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 Oh, it's adorable. Alright. It is my hope that people think my trap is clever enough. Bam, bam, bam. Door wasn't attached to anything. Alright, we're good. Alright. Nobody's died in our house yet. That's fine. It's fine. They'll die eventually. It'll happen. Trust me. Ronald John Thomas. You have an invisible floor. Invisible floor of death. And I'm not too terribly interested in participating in your invisible floor of death, so I will pass. Norbert D. Musgrave. He's typed LOL in his floor. Yes, quite. LOL indeed. Roberts, your money is mine. Quentin James Coleman. This house is bad and this person should feel bad. Quentin, your stuff is also mine. I hope you've learned a valuable lesson about not making your house incredibly easy to solve. Ralph James Price. Well, you have a dead wife named Lisa. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where did you hide your valuables? I demand to know. Aha! That was the most mind-twisting puzzle I've ever seen. Yes, quite. Alright. Well, I think after this next robbery, I'm going to take a little break. Maybe put on some tunes. There's a chihuahua there. Yes, hello chihuahua. Hello Terry. Did you a favor. Alright. Let's see how the auctions are going. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to buy this one. And now I have an auction. Or a painting. Everything I love. I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like a pole dancer doing laser tag. That's not the point. The point is my house now has a painting. And it is a pretty painting. What else do I want? I can't afford any of these. I think I'm good with that. We have a nice painting in our house, set up in our gallery. I think we're good. So, we're going to take a brief break here